Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Putria Hariyani. I'm from English Literature C. I'm going to talk about We Spoke Different Languages Yet We Sang the Same Song, Analysis of Multiculturalism in Ola Bola, written by Kavita Mahendran. The content table is introduction, literature review, method, findings, and the last is conclusion. First, introduction. In introduction, analyze the multicultural elements consisting of body languages, dialogues, gesture, characters, context, scenes, shots, and setting that are depicted in Ola Bola. According to Hafiz, films play a significant role as an agent of socialization that regularly work freely against the qualities and ethics of conventional social foundations. Films as a media of entertainment the audience that encourage the sellings of the movie. According to According to the National Film Development Corporation, Malaysia or FINAS, Malaysian films are defined as films that are produced in Malaysia or in any other places, but produced by Malaysians or by companies registered in Malaysia with majority of its shareholders being Malaysians. The film industry in Malaysia has seen improvements in box office hits, audiences reception, and improved storytelling. For examples like Kyle Gangster, Ombak Rindu, Boy Boy, Ola Bola, Munafik, and etc. The research questions are as follow. First, how is sports used as a unity term in Ola Bola? Second, how do the characters in Ola Bola signify multiculturalism? Third, what are the multicultural terms presented in the movie? Okay, the next is about literature review. History of Malaysian cinema, Malaysian audience and movies, multiculturalism in Malaysia and its struggle in movies, the success of the film, and Ola Bola film. History of Malaysian cinema, Malaysia doesn't have a prominent ranking in the world cinema. In the 1950, the realist tendencies in the cinema began to emerge and the movie began to adopt more positive terms. It was due to the entrance of Filipino innovative film directors and producers in the cinema. At the point when National Film Development Corporation Malaysia, or FINAS, was established in 1980, it met another condition of support in controlling and helping the film business. And next, Malaysian audience and movies. Over the years, the Malaysian film industry has been struggling to find its identity due to the confusion of whether to brand their films as Malaysian films, even if they don't use 70% of Bahasa Malaysia or Malay language. According to Aziz, Hasim, and Ibrahim, despite the fact that Malaysia is a small country, its film audiences are also varied and fragmented. Being in a multicultural society, the audiences disparate education, ethnic, class, and economic backgrounds also divide the audience into different groups with the mass audience. Next, multiculturalism in Malaysia and its struggles in movies. When the racial riots took place in 1969, it left a deep mark among all Malaysians. Then the state implemented a new economic policy, or in AEP, that favors the Malay ethnic group in many aspects, including politics, economics, education, civil service, religion, and culture. This caused disappointment among non-Malays. And Muhammad Maidin and his friends found that non-Malays believed stronger in racial unity compared to the majority, while the Malays showed higher national and ethnic identification. How about the success of a film? While, according to Aziz, Hasim, and Ibrahim, the success of a film in Malaysia is based on a few criteria. The criteria include quality of a script, storyline, and narrative, the production values, technology, director, and actors. Another factor that contributes to the success of a film is its marketing practice. Based on the ideas of Raleigh and Kerrigan, there are two key terms that describe a film's engagement with the commercial marketplace, that are marketability and payability. Ola Bola film. Ola Bola is a fictional tale based on true events. This invites us to celebrate our differences and unite as a nation with a collective goal. And the director of the film, Chiu Kang, managed to produce a film embedding the spirit of unity for Malaysians to be inspired. The director's aim was to give the Malaysianese feel to the film. Next, method. This article uses narrative content analysis method. The first, structuralist film theory. Structuralist film theory is an approach that examines the films on the basis of symbols and codes to convey meaning to the audience. According to Zefan Todorov, the film or narrative can be studied in three levels, namely semantic, the content, the syntactic structure, and rhetoric point of view. Data collection procedure. In data collection procedure, first, the researcher watches the film often. This is to identify the multicultural terms portrayed in the movie. And the researcher also analyzed 16 blogs and online news and lifestyle portals in order to understand from various points of view. And the last is the researcher try to interpreting all the intrinsic elements of this film. Structuralist narrative analysis. The findings of the paper utilize a combination of narrative analysis at the same time incorporating the structuralist theory. This allows the researcher to connect the themes based on own experiences as a member of the society. Moreover, the usage of structuralist concept allow the researcher to look beyond the visualization or dialogues. Okay, the next is findings. In findings, talking about the research question. First, how is sports used as a unity them in Ola Bola? How do the characters in Ola Bola signify multiculturalism? And what are the multicultural terms presented in the movie? First, how is sports used as a unity them in Ola Bola? From the analysis of the film, the portrayal of team spirit, patriotism, passion, and dedication, and sacrifices of each player to realize the dream of qualifying for the Olympics were the significant terms portrayed throughout Ola Bola. From the beginning of the film, the director established good characterization for its lead role. The main characters like Tauke, Mutu, Ali, and etc. Determined to success in the Olympic qualifier despite the struggles they are facing. So the directors wants to all of the players to depict patriotism in this film. And next, how do the characters in Ola Bola signify multiculturalism? To illustrate Malaysianness in the film, the director used patriotism or love for the country as the main key of the plot. This was established in each characters when different scenes had them talk about their dream. Mutsu mentioned, Ali, 4 tahun ini lama sangat, kita tak boleh kasih malu negara kita lagi. In this scene was simple yet determination and patriotism were portrayed through the dialogues and the both players when the players like not agreeing to each other's opinion while trying extremely hard. And the last research question is, what are the multicultural terms presented in the movie? First is interracial friendship. Toke as the captain portrayed a responsible role as a leader by looking out for his teams. When Mutu's brothers got into an accident, then he took the trouble to drive Mutu to the hospital. And while this difficult situation, a song played, the title Arena Cahaya. As you can see here, the lyric, and this song, it's perfectly with the short sound and it complemented the plot very well. So the friendship between Tauke and Rahman is also a great form of multicultural representation. Second, cross-cultural interaction. The bonding between Tauke and Rahman, Tauke and his teammates, Mutu and Ali, and etc. at the public at the fanfare event. For instance, when Mutu's brothers are admitted to hospital due to an accident, Tauke bore a car from Rahman to send Mutu to the hospital. And Mutu scolded his brothers for being careless, and his father ranted at Mutu for not being around and blamed him for the accident. Conversation between Rahman and Tauke are another cross-cultural dimension where both of them did not show any form of racial discrimination. Rahman freely expressed his thoughts and constantly motivated Tauke to play the role of the team's captain responsibly. Third, multilingual dialogues. Other than English, Ola Bola use Malay, Tamil, Mandarin, Hokkien, and Cantonese languages. The usage of multiple languages indirectly portrayed the appealing aspect of living in a multiracial country, allowing an open mind to a society with race, culture, and tradition. For example, there are two scenes when the Indian sports commentator spoke in Tamil freely, while his Malay and Chinese friends somewhat understood what he is saying, while in another, an Indian can be seen speaking in Chinese to his Chinese friends at the funfair while watching the final football match. The usage of multiple languages in this film showed respect for all the different communities. Thought it might have been better if Tamil had also been used in the opening title and during credits. Only Chinese and Malay or English words were used. The fourth, portrayal of minority communities. Chiu, as the director, has given equal importance to all three main ethnic groups in this film. Depicted of the struggles faced by the minorities is told boldly, and in Ola Bola has given its character. The characters are Tauke, Rahman, and Mutu. They are having equal importance. So Tauke, Rahman, and Mutu have a similar background, that they family is from the middle class, financial, and they wants to make their family happy. So all the three characters were portrayed as facing hardships, family conflict, financial instability, misunderstanding, sacrifices, chasing dreams, and responsibilities which are faced by Malaysians in their daily life. It is never about the skin color, race, religion, education, or financial stability, but at the end of the day, all face very human struggles. And last, embracing color blindness or diversity. In this scene, Tauke goes over to Rahman's place to express his frustrations because of the strategies introduced by the newly appointed coach from England. Tauke said that the new coach has brown hair and blue eyes and he's not like one of them. Rahman replied, "You see, different what? Aren't we still brothers?" The final locker room scene is probably the highlight of the film when all of them were down after knowing that Malaysia has boycotted the Olympics. Tauke gave his team a choice of whether to play or not. Then Ali said, "Kita menang sama-sama, kita kalah pun sama-sama." This means the team walked out with hope and determination for the second half of the game. This scene portrayed multicultural Malaysians at its best. Okay, for the conclusion, Ola Bola is a great film that portrayed the elements of multicultural or Malaysianness as a whole through the spirit of sports. Films like Ola Bola should be produced more in order to serve the community and as a tool for uniting all Malaysians. Besides that, the success achieved by this film should encourage more filmmakers to produce films that portray multiculturalism as it is able to impact its audiences. So, the conclusion is the success of a film is not always about the star power of the actor or director, but the other factors that filmmakers should capitalize on for the marketing campaigns to use. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation. I hope overall is clear. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.